I let you go, any predictions for today's match?
We have to give our best. Rest. The end of the match we'll get the success.
Thank you so much, sir. That was Mr. Levino Anthony Pereira. We'll move on to the other end to hear from the Vasco Sports Club coach. And there is the first 11 for SALGAOCAR Football Club. Jason De Mello, Stephen Alvarez, Daniel Gomez, Ribhav Sardesai, Stefan Sheldon, Da Costa, Pratame Sakardekar, Mark Carvalho coming into the team today as an under-20 player. Selvin Miranda, the ever so impressive Selvin Miranda, retaining his position. Saurav Patil, Saish Madan and Flagan Rodriguez has been picked by coach Levino Anthony Pereira. And now we go to the other end to Vasco Sports Club, and they are on the cusp of leaving their title aspirations behind, but they will be looking to get right back on track by beating the likes of SALGAOCAR Football Club and denting their hopes. Now I'm on the Vasco Sports Club end, and I have the assistant coach of Vasco Sports Club, Viresh, with me. Viresh, good afternoon. How excited are the boys to face SALGAOCAR Football Club, especially coming after a bad loss against Kalangut Association? Do you think it's a chance for the boys to redeem themselves today?
Yeah, actually that wasn't the result we expected against Kalangut, and we have learned from the game, and we'll try to bounce back in this game.
Do you still think that you can march towards the title?
Yeah, we are already always on the positive side, and we want to win this game and again regain the top spot.
Keeping in mind that you're facing one of the heavyweights and one of the table toppers, SALGAOCAR Football Club, have you made any changes from the team that played Kalangut Association?
Yeah, we have 2 changes, and Branches and Suraj is in starting 11, and yeah, that's the only 2 changes.
Before I let you go, today is a blockbuster encounter, blockbuster Sunday. Any predictions?
Just we need to score one goal more than the opponents, and that is enough.
Thank you, Viresh. So that is it. That is Coach Viresh, Assistant Coach Viresh from Vasco Sports Club. We'll head over to the match now. In a few minutes, the kickoff on a blockbuster Sunday. It is SALGAOCAR versus Vasco Sports Club. A very positive assistant coach of Vasco Sports Club, and Mickey Fernandez has chosen experience to face SALGAOCAR Football Club today. Their first 11 goes with Warren Pereira, Kuldeep Kumar, Desmond Gama, Suraj Mondal coming into the team after a big break. Karan Shirotkar, Anil Gaukar, Sanvil De Costa, Neville Alexander, Francisco Fernandez, Sanju Thapa, and the captain for today, that man, Joachim Branches. The points table, we can see SALGAOCAR Football Club trying to cement their place at the top. They have played 5 matches, they have 13 points with a goal difference of 11, whereas Vasco, having played 1 game more, played 6 games, are on 12 points, but they can upset the odds and can head to the top of the table. But Sporting Club de Goa are not far behind. They are also on 13 points, and Kalangut Association have eclipsed Dempo and Vasco into that 3rd position with 12 points of 6 matches. And as we were talking about the points table, the referees are all smiles, and they will be looking to keep their calm in this big clash here at the Dullair Stadium. It is a blockbuster encounter on a blockbuster Sunday for the people of Goa. They will be glued on One Play Sports and Goa 365. Vasco Sports Club coming off a disappointing victory. I beg your pardon, a disappointing loss against Kalangut Association. They lost 1-0, and Mickey Fernandez have made changes. They've gotten the likes of Joachim Branches and Suraj Mondol into the 11 today. The referees for today: Prasad Sirlakar, Peregrino Lima, Joachim Dias, and fourth official Akash Telgu. Experienced officials who are going to officiate this big match today. As much as the players need to keep their calm on the field, the referees also need to take decisions in a calm manner. The experience will matter in these big clashes, and Joachim Branches and Suraj Mondol will be looking to make a difference and get Vasco back to winning ways. Let's not leave SALGAOCAR Football Club out. They've really looked a team that could threaten Sporting Club de Goa's campaign, and they are looking like real title contenders. Today is a big test for them. They started with two massive victories. SALGAOCAR Football Club 2-0 against FC Goa. They came out victorious, and then what a statement they had made, winning 5-0 against Churchill Brothers, the defending champions. The match commissioner for today, Jahendra Nagvenkar. And as we see in or hear in all SALGAOCAR matches, there is always a big support system. The 12th man, we can call them, the supporters of SALGAOCAR Football Club. They cannot enter the stadium, but they are right here outside the stadium with their vuvuzelas, cheering their team on. The likes of Stephen Satarkar, who's become a fan favorite in Goan football at the moment, is on the bench today. And there is Mickey Fernandez, all smiles at the moment. He will be hoping that his team lets him sustain that smile till the end of the game. It's SALGAOCAR who's going to start proceedings for us. Now we can see the crowd queuing up outside the stadium. And the referee blows the whistle to start this massive match between SALGAOCAR Football Club and Vasco. Both teams will be looking to get that early initiative. Vibhav Sardesai coming back into the team today after serving a one-match suspension. This is Saish Madan. Pratmesh. Mark Carvalho plays it down the right hand side to that ever so impressive Stephen Alvarez. This is Saish Madan to Alvarez, early crossing, and what a chance! 40 seconds into that match, and that chance couldn't have fallen to a better man for SALGAOCAR. The man who's been in incredible form, Selvin Miranda, with a clear volley hits it onto the ground. But the luck doesn't quite favor him there. Bounces off the ground over Sanju Thapa's goal. But what a chance for SALGAOCAR Football Club. But here is a man who's going to try and take advantage of those pacey runs down the right hand side, and he's got a slightly slower Flavin Rodriguez on that left hand side, and Anil Gaonkar has been a man in form, and he will look to trouble the SALGAOCAR Football Club defence, which is yet to concede in the Goa Professional League this year. This is that man we were talking about, Anil Gaonkar. Francisco Fernandez, he has to play a big role today. Francisco Fernandez Mickey Fernandez backing up that midfield with some muscle in there. Sanvel Da Costa not playing as a centre back today, as Neville Alexander comes into that position, and Sanvel moves forward into that midfield region. He will look to support the likes of Francisco Fernandez ably in that middle end. We know that he's got a power-packed shot on him, Sanvel Da Costa. But a lot will depend on how Suraj Mondol and Joachim Branches come out into this match, as this has been played to Stephen Alvarez on a marauding run down the right hand side again. This is Saish Madan. Prathmesh back to Flagan. Daniel Gomez. This is Saurav Patil. Looking for options, Saish. Not quite getting there. Plays it back to Flagan Rodriguez. Flagan. And then Selvin Miranda plays it to Prathmesh. This is Selvin, plays the cross ball to Steflon. This is Steflon twisting and turning, still has the ball and then chips it to Selvin. Selvin will have his task cut out against the likes of Warren Pereira and Kuldeep on that left hand side, but we know the quality that he possesses, and Selvin Miranda has been a sure revelation in this year's Selvar Goa Professional League, as Saish Madan comes forward, and that's another beautiful ball forward. Steflon tries to find Stephen Alvarez, who will get on the end of it, and the cross comes in. That's straight to Sanju Thapa. We can see Oli wing play at the moment, with Stephen Alvarez bombarding that right hand side. He is putting a lot of pressure on that left back of Vasco. Karan Shirodkar right now is feeling quite hapless with those overlapping bombarding runs of Stephen Alvarez, and he does well this time. Karan Shirodkar goes past Stephen Alvarez, then gets the throw in. Karan takes the throw in. This is Sanvel. Sanvel plays it to the right hand side to Warren Pereira. Warren gets the foul from Selvin Miranda. I beg your pardon, there was Mark Carvalho at the end who actually ended up fouling Warren Pereira. Mark, coming into the team today, would like to prove his mettle at the big stage. Sanvel's free kick. Anil Kankar plays it back to Warren. This is Joachim to Anil. Beautifully walked out. This is Francis Fernandez's ball and is being collected easily by Jason De Mello. Jason puts it up long, but it has gone way out of the ground for a Vasco throw in. Warren is the man who's going to take this throw in. This is Francis Fernandez. Warren Pereira hooks it up long. This is Saurav Patil, comes in and covers Daniel's position, and then Flagan Rodriguez clears it. Francis gets it in control in the midfield region for Vasco, but the referee's whistle has gone and a Vasco player is down on the ground. We'll see what exactly happened in that situation. This is Flagan Rodriguez's cross, and then there you see, I think that's Sanvel Da Costa who was on the ground as he went for that header. Being attended to by the physio. A crucial player for Vasco Sports Club, Sanville. Handing over the captaincy to the very experienced Joachim of Branches today. He looks to be fine. He's just hobbling up, just taking his time out there, Sanville da Costa. The magic spray almost always worked its magic, and Vasco will be hoping it works for Sanville da Costa this time around. This is Francis Fernandez. Starts proceedings. This is Warren. Comes off Mark Carvalho. Warren with the throw, and this is Joachim of Branches. Owens the throw in. Warren to Anil Gaukar, and he fails to keep that ball in. He'll be looking to get onto that score sheet and get closer to the likes of Stephen Satarkar, who is still leading the scoring charts. Jason De Mello again kicks that long, and it goes out for another Vasco Sports Club throw-in. A series of throw-ins happening for Vasco. This is Joachim trying to shield that ball and wins another throw-in from Daniel Gomez. This is Warren. Anil Gaukar. This is Joachim again. Warren to Anil Gaukar. Warren's cross in, dealt well with by Daniel Gomez, and then the long ball comes in, and it has gone just over the bar, palmed away by Jason De Mello. This was an awkward one. Warren Pereira's clearance rather comes in, and then that was very awkward for Jason De Mello, but safely palms it out. Suraj Mondal is headed over to take this corner kick. The first of the game falls Vasco Sports Club's way. This is Suraj Mondal. Left-footed cross in. This is a chance, and what a save that is from Jason De Mello. It wouldn't have counted anyway, but what a save that was. We'll see what exactly happened. Well worked corner. The Suraj Mondal's cross comes in, headed out, flicked on by Desmond Gama, and then Francis Fernandez helping the ball on its way. What a reaction save that was from Jason De Mello. The assistant referee's flag had gone up. It wouldn't have counted even if it hit the back of the net. This is Ribhav. Saish Madan. Ribhav not getting that ball under control. This is Suraj Mondal looking for the run of Desmond Gama. Not quite getting it there, Suraj Mondal. This is Daniel Gomez to Saish. Saish moving forward with the ball. And Francis wins it in the midfield region. But Saish again gets it back from Joachim. The play continues, and Selvin stopped his run because there was a player down for Vasco, and Saish just asking Selvin to continue that run. And it is Neville Alexander who's on the ground. He stayed down. He's come back into this match after a game's break. He makes a big difference, because if he comes into that centre back role, then Samuel Da Costa moves into that midfield region, which brings in more stability into that middle of the park for Vasco Sports Club. Adds more balance to the team. Neville Alexander, as this throw-in will be taken by Vasco Sports Club. Selvin throws it back, and applause from the Vasco players for the sporting spirit shown by Selvin Miranda. This is Sanju Thapa. Sanju Thapa hooks it up long. Flegan lets it out, lets it run out and wins the throw-in. This is Selvin Miranda. This is Selvin again. Selvin tries to find Mark Carvalho, but finds Teflon instead. Mark spreads it wide to Stephen Alvarez, who keeps bombing up that right hand side. This is Mark again, driving forward. Ribov to Stephen Alvarez. Stephen's cross in, and it's blocked. Teflon's shot has been blocked by Sanville. I think this is Karan Shirotkar. Karan plays it long, and the flick on comes from Joachim Branches. Saish recovers the ball for Salgaocar. This is Saurav Patil to Saish. What a ball spread out that is for Selvin Miranda, but will not be kept in by Selvin. We haven't seen that left wing of Salgaocar Football Club with Selvin Miranda much of a threat yet, as 15 minutes have been played in this encounter, but it has been the right hand side of Salgaocar Football Club with Stephen Alvarez bombing down that right hand side and creating menace in the opening 15 minutes, as Kuldeep comes and takes the long goal kick. Anil tries to flick it on. Wins the throw-in for Vasco. It won't be easy for Selvin Miranda to get past the likes of Warren Pereira, who's been strong on that right hand side for Vasco. Anil Gaukar plays it back. Kuldeep Kumar goes long. This is Saurav Patil, brings it down beautifully. Saish Madan marching forward with the ball. Plays Stephen Alvarez. Saish again. Steflon. Ribov trying to get that ball back immediately. Karan does well. Desmond Gama rather does well. Now this is Karan to Desmond. Well, one back, but this is Karan Shirotkar again going on a marauding run, but Ribov Sardesai wins the throw-in from Suraj Mondal. The long ball comes in looking for Selvin, finds Selvin. This is now Selvin has a chance to go at Anil Gaukar, who does well again. You can see how deep Anil Gaukar is playing today because of the threat that the likes of Selvin Miranda possess. Selvin's corner, first for Salgaocar, and it's been headed out for another Salgaocar throw-in. It's been a good start to the game from Salgaocar. They are threatening. but with the likes of Joaquim Branches, Francisco Fernandez and Suraj Mondol, you can never count Vasco Sports Club out of this game. That's a poor ball from Saurav Patil. Francis Fernandez to Suraj Mondol. This is Karan Shirodkar. Plays in Francis Fernandez, being pressed down by Daniel Gomez. This is Stephen Alvarez again. Stephen plays it to Steflon, who plays it back to Ribhav. Trying to find Steflon again, but Desmond Gama wins it back. This is Suraj Mondol. That's a poor ball looking for Joaquim Branches. This is Saish Madan. Salgaocar trying to be creative in that attacking third. Selvin ends up fouling Steflon Da Costa. Kuldeep just apologizing to the ref. He knows he clipped Steflon Da Costa from the back. Now this is a free kick in Selvin Miranda territory. We've seen him score in the last match with a beautiful curling effort. Can history repeat itself for Selvin Miranda? Sanju Thapa is a formidable goalkeeper, but if Selvin Miranda can keep this on target, he will trouble. And the ball comes in. That has been punched out. Oh, that has been just missed by Selvin Miranda, and it was palmed away by Sanju Thapa. Look at this chance again. Selvin Miranda just drops it in front of Sanju Thapa, and then Prathamesh Satardekar should have really buried that at the back of the net. Misses it by a whisker, Prathamesh Satardekar. Another great chance for Salgaocar Football Club to take the lead. This is Anil Gaokar. Plays in Joaquim Branches, then makes a good run and doesn't get the ball back from Joaquim Branches. Probably should have played it through for Anil, who had made that run, but Joaquim Branches shows otherwise, and just like that, the attack for Vasco Sports Club dies down. This is Prathamesh in a fight with Joaquim, who gives the foul away. This is Saish Madan. Plays it square to Saurav Patil. Saurav to Stephen, back to Saurav Gomez. Daniel has been rock solid at the back for Salgaocar Football Club. One of the main reasons for Salgaocar not to concede yet in this year's league. Lavino Anthony Pereira definitely focusing on organizing his backline, because it has been flawless, almost flawless so far, not conceding a single goal yet in the Selval Goa Professional League. This is Sanvel Da Costa, takes his powerful shot in and bounces awkwardly in front of Jason De Mello, but no problem for the goalkeeper of Salgaocar to collect that. This is Jason De Mello's long kick, and looking for Steflon, and then headed out by Neville from defence. Francis chests it to Sanvel, and then Sanvel's ball looking for Anil Gaokar's run. No one really will get at the end of that. Jason De Mello will keep that in and will take his time with this ball and plays Saurav Patil. This is Prathamesh. Prathamesh moving forward, looking for Steflon, and then Mark Carvalho impeding Sanvel Da Costa again, and again on the ground Sanvel Da Costa. there you see. There's more of a coming together. Both players had all the right to go for that ball. Sandville coming off worse in that clash. We've seen him down on the ground just a few moments back, as we see that exciting SALGAOCAR FC crowd just outside the stadium, looking on with a lot of intent at the moment, and their favourite team haven't scored yet. And there is that man, you'll see him every day outside the stadium with his vuvuzela, cheering on tirelessly for his favourite team, SALGAOCAR Football Club. We're just waiting for Sandville to get up on its own 2 feet. I think he's been taken off the ground. Mickey Fernandez will be hoping that he comes onto the field. And we have started proceedings again. Or the Stephen Alvarez throw-in. This is gone out for a VASCO Sports Club throw, and this is VASCO with Karan Shirodkar trying to chip the ball forward. This is Desmond Gama, Karan Shirodkar to Sandville De Costa. Sandville skips past the first challenge, tries to play in Desmond Gama, but easily collected by Jason DeMello. As this ball comes in, this is Selvin Miranda. This is Mark Carvalho, plays it to Saish Madan. Ribov Sardesai in a battle with Suraj Mondal. Francis Fernandez to Joachim Abranches, the 3 experienced players on the field combining. This is Anil Gaukar. There is that pace from Anil Gaukar. What can he do against Flagan Rodriguez? Goes back to Francis Fernandez. Playing quick square passes with Joachim, plays it back Warren Pereira to Joachim Abranches. Again Warren plays it back to Kuldeep. There is that organization of SALGAOCAR Football Club. This is Kuldeep Kumar for VASCO. Francis Fernandez. Neville. At the moment VASCO are content with square passes. Kuldeep does go for that long ball looking for Anil Gaukar, but it's brought down by Selvin Miranda, who does brilliantly and plays that quick 1-2 with Stefan Selvin. This is the first time we've seen him come on that left hand side, cutting in, and then plays a beautiful ball in. This is Mark Carvalho. Saish Madan's shot goes wide of goal, but that was worth an attempt from Saish Madan, as that foray came in from the left. Selvin Miranda and Saish Madan's shot just going wide of goal without troubling Sanju Thapa into that crowd outside the stadium for SALGAOCAR Football Club. This is Teflon. Neville does end up fouling Stefan over there. Stefan tries to get that ball under control. This is Stephen Alvarez now, who's going to look to curl this ball into the box in a dangerous area. Stephen Alvarez swings it in, but this is a chance. It has just gone over the post again. Saurav Patil this time with a header. Sanju Thapa will take this goal kick. But a poor one. I don't understand the reason behind him taking that with his left foot. If he is injured in one of his legs, it might as well be left up to Kuldeep Kumar or Neville to take that goal kick, as Mark Carvalho tries to wriggle his way past the defenders and plays it to Stephen Alvarez. This is Prathamesh to Mark Carvalho. Plays a beautiful 1-2. Mark just not getting at the end of that. This is Francis to Joachim Branches. Plays it, tries to find out Suraj Mondal, but almost a non-existent Suraj Mondal in this game so far. Not been an impressive display from the likes of Suraj Mondal. He's not really had any effort to get onto the end of the ball. You can literally see him walking around on the field, strolling as if it's a stroll in the park. Suraj Mondal, he needs to do better. He needs to work harder for his team. We know his quality. We know the experience that he possesses. But that is not enough for you to help your team to victory, Suraj Mondal. However, experience does matter. This is Sanju Thapa taking his time, and then Kuldeep Kumar puts it out for a Salgaocar throw-in. I don't understand the reason behind putting on added pressure on yourself. This is Teflon, and Vibhav Sardesai, before he could take that kick, has been sent out for a goal kick. Neville just having a chat with his goalkeeper Sanju Thapa as to why he took so long to play that ball out. Not a very happy man there, Sanju Thapa. Just telling his teammates that he is not very comfortable on his right foot at the moment. Stephen Alvarez's ball comes in, and it was curled in from the out, and it has gone out for a goal kick for Sanju Thapa. But at the moment, as the referee has blown his whistle at the 30-minute mark for the water break, I must say that Salgaocar Football Club look the more likely to open the scoring. The likes of Vasco not really showing up today. It looks like they are going to be content with 1 point, and that's what they are looking to get out of this match, Vasco Sports Club. But if they really have to be title contenders, challenge for that title, they have to win this match against Salgaocar Football Club, because they have played one match more than the Greens here. And they lost a crucial encounter against Kalingut Association in the last encounter. But we have seen that Salgaocar have their share of problems with scoring when it comes to the likes of Stephen Satarkar, not in the best of form. He's just coming back off an injury, Stephen Satarkar, and again Vasco giving that ball away and Salgaocar not really taking advantage of it. This is Saish Madan, plays it to the left hand side to Selvin Miranda. Selvin trying to cut in. Mark picks up the ball. This is Prathamesh. Selvin again. Selvin tries to drive in. This is Saish Madan. Shot! Gathered up by Sanju Thapa. Straight at him, but that's a good effort. Salgaocar racking up the shots on goal at the moment, trying to get those statistics up. This is Joachim Branches. The ball from Francis Fernandez has been intercepted by Flagan Rodriguez. This is Francis to Warren Pereira. Warren loses the ball. This is Mark Carvalho looking for that run of Steflon but doesn't find it. Goes straight to Sanju Thapa. This is Kuldeep Kumar to Warren. We've not seen those runs from Warren Pereira. Vasco more content in playing those square passes, trying to draw in Vasco and then playing the long ball. You see again trying. It's a very dangerous game that Vasco Sports Club are trying to play. I don't quite understand the reason behind that, as this ball comes in and this is Steflon versus Kuldeep. Steflon takes the shot on and straight into the hands of Sanju Thapa, who spreads it wide quickly to Anil Gaokar. Daniel Gomez intercepts that beautifully before it reaches Joachim Branches. This is Mark Carvalho with a poor ball marked there straight to Karan Shirodkar, and this is Desmond Gama. What can he do here? Desmond Gama. Francis Fernandez giving that ball away again. Joachim Branches plays it back. Desmond Gama again. This is an increased spell of possession from Vasco Sports Club. Now this is Kuldeep Kumar. Warren Pereira. Kuldeep again. Kuldeep plays it back to Sanju. Sanju goes long but again straight to Saish Madan. I don't quite understand this brand of football right now from Vasco Sports Club, playing from the back. This is Suraj Mondal, and his contribution is that he gives the ball away to Ribhav Sardesai. This is Ribhav. Steflon plays it to Stephen Alvarez, and Stephen loses his footing there and cannot keep the ball in. Finally some sense prevails for Vasco Sports Club, and this is Kuldeep Kumar. Takes it long. Much better from Vasco Sports Club. However, the preferred destination and doesn't reach it. Salgaocar back in possession, but they lose it quickly. This is Sanju Thapa again in possession. This is Sanju Thapa again. They're playing a very dangerous game here. I do not know what they're trying to do. This has been played in and it is just rolled out behind for a goal kick. I do not understand what is happening out there at the moment for Vasco Sports Club. Mickey Fernandez must be fuming right now, because this is absolute school level football from Vasco Sports Club. Look at this. If you're injured, you might as well play another goalkeeper, and this right now is absolute mockery from Vasco Sports Club. Selvin Miranda's ball comes in and it has gone out again, just wide of goal from Steflon de Costa. We'll see that chance again from Selvin Miranda. I do not know how Salgaocar still haven't got onto the score sheet, but look at this effort. Just shaving that bottom post. It did take a deflection. Salgaocar Football Club are knocking on the door. Again a corner coming in from Selvin Miranda. Daniel Gomez's header And Sanju Thapa misses it again, and the header again from Daniel Gomez has gone out for a goal kick for Sanju Thapa. I'm astonished at what I'm seeing right now from Vasco Sports Club. And they do it again. This time Kuldeep plays it long, but the result remains the same. It is back with Salgaocar. I think the likes of Warren Pereira, Mickey Fernandez, they do not know what is happening in the middle there. Now Neville comes back to take this goal kick. Levino Anthony Pereira doesn't know how his team hasn't scored, and the resultant of that goal kick from Neville has again ended up with Salgaocar. This is another corner for Salgaocar Football Club. They are not being able to cross that centre line right now with those goal kicks. I haven't seen anything more strange than this in the league so far. Selvin Miranda's corner comes in, and that is finally, not surprisingly, Salgaocar Football Club have taken the lead with Stefan Da Costa. And I dare say there is not much excitement in my voice, because I was expecting nothing less from Salgaocar Football Club than to take this lead any moment, as this finally has been put to bed by Stefan Da Costa. Vasco Sports Club have looked as hapless as ever in the last 10 minutes of this game. It has been school football right now from Vasco Sports Club. Amateurish stuff from Mickey Fernandez's boys. I don't know how Mickey Fernandez is going to react to this, because this is extremely poor from the men in white. Sanju Thapa and the men in white have no chance to save that from Stefan, who finally gets on the score sheet after many attempts and missing them by a whisker. It is Salgaocar Football Club 1 and Vasco Sports Club nil in the 40th minute of this match. This is Ribhav Sardesai now in possession. This is Saish Madan. Ribhav plays it slightly short over there, Saish Madan. A very animated Mickey Fernandez on the touchline, and why shouldn't he be, because he doesn't know what is going on with his team there. As another player is down for Vasco Sports Club. Mickey Fernandez fuming at his players there, and you can see Sanju Thapa is struggling. We have seen that whole game. Sanju Thapa on his right foot has been struggling throughout the game. I would wonder why a coach like Mickey Fernandez would opt to go and start with the likes of Sanju Thapa, but it would also depend on the player. It does depend on the player sometimes, and you can communicate with your coach. If you're fit to play, you just tell your coach that I'm fit to play, but if you're not 100% fit at this level, it does make a big difference, and it is making a huge difference in this match for Vasco Sports Club at the moment, because they are shell-shocked. I am shell-shocked at the way Vasco Sports Club have gone about proceedings in the last 15 odd minutes in this game. And we can see the substitute goalie just warming up. Both the substitute goalies warming up rather. as we can hear the support of SALGAOCAR outside the stadium, shouting for one more goal from their favorite team. As the referee starts proceedings with Daniel Gomez playing the ball to the right hand side to Saurav Patil, and it has been cleared off. This is Teflon, the goal scorer. This is Desmond Gama. And the long ball comes in, and this is Saurav Patil who will get it under control easily. If someone can tell me what the likes of Suraj Mondal has done in this first half, apart from a few passes to his teammates and a few missed passes that he's done, it's been an horrendous display from Suraj Mondal that you saw on the screen. Just not enough from the experienced player Suraj Mondal. Warren Pereira for Vasco. This is Suraj. Flicks it up to Francis. This is Anil Gaonkar. Anil Gaonkar's cross straight into the hands of Jason DeMello. Jason's DeMello with the long ball, looking for Steflon again. He gets it eventually, being brought down by Sanville, who will get that yellow card. That was more out of frustration than anything else from Sanville. Just lunging at Steflon as Steflon leaves that ball for Mark Carvalho. We'll see that again. There is Steflon who plays that ball to Rubhav Sardesai, and Sanville De Costa lunging into that tackle, and the referee has no qualms in giving a yellow card to Sanville De Costa. Steflon has stayed on the ground. And the physio just attending to Steflon. If SALGAOCAR Football Club can hold on to this lead and get more out of this match, it will be a big step towards the title, and it will be a huge confidence booster going into that next Sunday's blockbuster encounter against Sporting Club de Goa. Boy, will that be a crucial match. SALGAOCAR Sports Club versus Sporting Club de Goa. It is going to be 1 versus 2, and if SALGAOCAR somehow manage to get past the likes of Sporting Club de Goa, I think they have a very clear path forward in their title run. However, before any predictions, this is a long way to go in this match still, and it is a long way to go in this year's league. And I will be a foolish man indeed if I have started predicting who the champions will be already. This is Selvin Miranda down the left hand side. Flagan Rodriguez. Flagan tries to be cheeky over there against Anil Gaonkar, and has gone out for a throw-in. Anil not being able to express himself like the way he would do and like the way he has done in the past few matches, but I think that's more down to the likes of the non-performing Joachim Branches and Suraj Mondal up front. As the ball comes in, Kuldeep Kumar heads it out. This is Anil Gaonkar. Anil Gaonkar clears it up and straight to Flagan Rodriguez. This is Daniel Gomez. Flagan plays it long. This is Prathamesh Satardekar. This is Rubhav. Rubhav makes a huge difference in that midfield region for SALGAOCAR Football Club. He was missing in that last match but he is back today and he's added that extra stability in that region for SALGAOCAR Football Club. This is Fligan Rodriguez to Daniel Gomez. Saish Madan again, bundled over by Joachim Abranches. This is Saish, who was fouled by Joachim. Daniel takes it quickly to Saurav Patil, who plays it long, and that header comes in, and there was a clash of heads. Teflon has stayed on the ground and the shot comes in, and this time Sanju Thapa stays calm and collects that ball down to his right hand side as that ball came in. Teflon in a clash of heads with Kuldeep Kumar as that shot came in from Mark Carvalho, which was a good one, but saved down to his right hand side by Sanju Thapa. This is Kuldeep Sanville. This is Anil Gaukar. This is a chance for him to run at Flagan Rodriguez. The cross comes in, and finally we see a run made by Suraj Mondol, a darting run made into the box, but Daniel Gomez clears it out for a second Vasco Sports Club corner in this first half. We're almost towards the end of this first half as we've already played the 4 minutes of extra time given by the assistant referee. This is going to be the last corner in this first half. Francis Fernandez is going to take it. The ball comes in and it's been dangerous, but falls to Jason DeMello, who look to release it quick, takes that long kick, but Neville does well and clears it off, but Steflon picks it up, and on the left hand side Steflon to Saish Madan, controlling it, playing it back to Flagan Rodriguez. SALGAOCAR, as the whistle comes in from the referee, it is half time, going into the lemon break. SALGAOCAR Football Club will be a happy team, but I think the coach Levino Anthony Pereira would demand more from his team, as they could have put this game completely to bed in this first half, because this has been a very, very lackluster Vasco Sports Club team, treading very dangerous waters in that 15-16 minute period where they were playing football that would only astonish you. But at half time from the Dhule Stadium, it is SALGAOCAR Football Club leading Vasco Sports Club 1-0. Both these teams not unknown to each other, but they know the importance of this fixture. It goes beyond the SALGAOCAR Professional League type table. Sporting Club de Goa coming off a very comprehensive win against Valsao Sports and Cultural Club. They have to be more creative in the attacking third. The referee blows the whistle, and this is Sesa Football Academy, the chief patron of the team who's done so much for Sporting Club de Goa. Going on his mazy runs, Rohit Totad. A good job right now, and guess what? There is confusion in the Sesa Football Academy box. Any guesses who the goal scorer is? It is Marcus Mascarenhas, who has opened the scoring in the 6th minute of the match. Them hard when it really matters. This is Myron Fernandez's cross, and there you see that opportunity, you see that quality from Marcus Mascarenhas and Myron Fernandez. This is Gaurav Kankonkar with the shot, but straight to Sapam Singh. And then Kunal Kundaikar's shot. It's still a scramble in there. Marcus Mascarenhas! The whistle has gone and it won't count. But what a finish that was from Marcus Mascarenhas, who is all smiles. Again, a poor clearance from Myron. Has been brought down by Philip. Philip Adogwu! Complaining to Myron Pereira, what are you doing, mate? What are you doing? The story from the Dulai Stadium at halftime. It is Sesa Football Academy 0, Sporting Club de Goa 1. And the ball comes in, and there is the header! Kunal Kundaikar cannot get at the end of it. Look at this free kick from Myron Fernandez. The header, and then before. This is Philip Adogwu in chase, and Sapam Singh has chested that out, and Marcus Mascarenhas was thinking of taking a shot. And then Myron Borges giving it his all over there. Myron Borges. Kunal SALGAOCAR scoring that goal against Dempo Sports Club. Is that a penalty? Who keeps it in beautifully? Kunal SALGAOCAR puts in a good cross in, and that is a goal by Myron! That is an own goal rather by Myron Fernandez! And as the final whistle from Sunil Nanodkar comes in, we could see in the background that at the Dulai Stadium at full time the scoreline reads Sesa Football Academy 1, Sporting Club de Goa 1. The teams are ready to walk in, led by the referees. The referees for today: Akash Telugu, Raja Peer, Devraj Tari, and 4th official Niazi Abu. The final huddle coming in from both teams. And there is the whistle. The long ball comes in, and that is a chance. Wow, that is almost into the back of the net from Janio. Joyson's ball comes in, and there is the flick on, and then Janio should have buried that. We've seen Goan football, but they come against Savlon Cardozo. This is the cross in, and another miss. Savlon Cardozo with a beautiful run down the left hand side, as it has been the story. This is Brian Mascarenhas standing over the free kick. It's a good free kick, and what a chance that was. I think Kluzna Pereira, yes it is Kluzna Pereira who headed that ball. Things are going a little out of hand, and gives a yellow card. And then plays a beautiful crossfield ball. Savlon Cardozo, still what a tackle that is, and it's still not danger averted. Ganesh Thakur's shot is blocked by Janio, and then the shot comes in. That's a beautiful cross, and that is the first goal of the match. Jesloy Moniz has made amends for the 2 sitters he's missed in this half. As the referee's whistle goes for half-time, the score reads Panjim Footballers 0, Valsao Sports and Cultural Club 1. This is Rohan Rodriguez. This is Romario Da Costa. That's brilliantly done from the man Romario Da Costa. Boy, has he been impressive today in terms of these crosses. And that was another chance. This is Valmiki Miranda, and that is skimmed the top of the bar. What a chance that is. Valmiki Miranda does very well. Boy, have Valsao been impressive today, and that's another cross! Look at this run from Ganesh Thakur. Is keep that on goal Akram is actually forward now. The ball comes in, Akram Yadwad! What an inspirational change from Thomas Alvarez! The cross comes in, just flicked on by Akram. And the goal from Brian Mascarenas! Look at this walk from Shamir Babu Swami. Akram Yadwad with the header, flick on, and then Savlon Cardozo lays it off for that thunderous left foot, and it goes through Janio's legs. And there is the jubilation. Look at the happiness, look at the smiles on the faces of these players. The full-time score, Panjim footballers have lost 1 goal to 2 to Welsau Sports and Cultural Club. The two teams today, the Greens SALGAOCAR Football Club and the Reds Youth Club of Manora. What a big game we have today at the Dullar Stadium. We have seen Youth Club of Manora put on spirited displays. This is Coetano, Aniston. Jay with the header, oh Leon, that was a brilliant header. Jason De Mello gets down. That is a very early chance, could have been one of the fastest goals. Lewis gives it away. This is Stephen Satalkar again. That is brilliant from Stephen. Somehow manages to gather the ball back. This is that mistake from Luis Barreto, who gives it straight to that dangerous Stephen Satalkar, who leaves Michael Silva. This is Selvin Miranda. Crosses it in, and that is a chance! But the whistle had gone. The cross coming from Selvin Miranda, and then takes the hand. Prathamesh was the player who has been brought down by Jay. Fighting with the top teams of Goa, SALGAOCAR being one of them, and look at this run from Selvin Miranda, and then Jay. There you see that shoulder barge, just getting Selvin Miranda off balance. Can they live up to these anticipations? Selvin Miranda with the free kick. It comes in, and it has beaten Luis Barreto. The ever so impressive Selvin Miranda. There goes the half-time whistle. The scoreline at half-time at the Dullar Stadium reads Youth Club of Manora 0, SALGAOCAR Football Club 1. This is promising from Youth Club of Manora. Joliston with the cross. Here comes the header, and that is the best chance of the match for Manora. That was very well worked. That's a beautiful ball. This is Hazel Gomez. And what a shot that was. I've almost lost that, but what a chance that almost came out of nowhere for SALGAOCAR Football Club. And there is that shot, beautifully taken. Luis Barreto was just a spectator there of Youth Club of Manora, but in the meantime they are in attack. Frazier puts the ball in, and what a chance again. There's that ball from Frazier. Jay does rise up, but that header from him goes over the bar, and as the referee blows the final whistle for the game, but at full time at the Dullar Stadium, Youth Club of Manora 1 goal to 0. In red and Tempo Sports Club in blue today. This is a very strong, a full strength Tempo Sports Club side, which has been put out there by Samir Naik. The same goes for Caligate Association. They've put out their strongest team outside. And there is the referee's whistle. Tries moving forward. Jumps into the challenge, and boy, that's a very early yellow card. Look at that, that is very dangerous from Krishnanath Shirodkar. Look at that touch from Steven De Mello. This is Richard Cardos. Cuts in, and then the left-footed shot has gone wide. Nixon's long ball. This is Siddharth Shirodkar. Wow, he has opened the scoring yet again. Can anyone stop this man at the moment? Look at this move now. Chaitan Dabolkar's crossing, and another chance. More tempo player for Gango Cardozo. This is Siddharth Shirodkar. Does well. Puts the cross in, and this is 2-0 to Kalangar Association. Kwame Jr. with the movement as Devan DeMello brings down Chaitan Dabolkar, who stayed on the ground clutching the back of his head. This is Chaitan. What a beautifully played ball. Look at this movement. Vineet's ball really pressing them high whenever they try to play it out from the back. Look at this ball from Chaitan Dabolkar, and then Vineet trying to cut it back. And as the referee brings the first half, as Kalangut Association at halftime lead Dempo Sports Club 2-0. Plays in Kwame Jr. who heads it past Shalom Perez and then takes a very, very good shot, which has been saved by Melroy Fernandez. And then Daryl's cross comes in, and a diving header this time from Krishnanath, and Paramveer was diving in behind him. And look at this chance. This is Siddharth Kundaikar! Has he got it through? And tries that cheeky chip over Melroy, who does well, and then Edwin Vegas clears that ball. They do, and that is the comeback! Suraj Hatkonkar does get it up and over the wall into the bottom corner of Paramveer's goal. This is Mark Jr. Mark tries to volley that in, and then the shouts go up, and Edwin Vegas gets the yellow card. And the final whistle goes from the referee. The Dempo player sink to the ground has beaten Dempo Sports Club 2-1 at full time. We are back for the second half at the Dulai Stadium. We will come back into this second half with SALGAOCAR leading VASCO Sports Club 1-0, and they will be cementing their place at the top of the table before that crucial encounter next Sunday rather, against Sporting Club de Goa. But SALGAOCAR making a very interesting change with Stephen Alvarez, who was so impressive in that first half, especially in the opening 20 minutes, bombing down that right hand side, going on overlapping runs. He has been taken off by coach Levino Anthony Pereira, and Valentino Nazareth take nothing away from him. He has been equally impressive on the right hand side as well. Whenever he's come on, whenever he's started, he's been put on by coach Levino Anthony Pereira. That looks like an attacking change from the coach as Vasco start proceedings again, as that long ball from Joaquim Branches comes in. This is Selvin Miranda to Saish Madan. This is Ribhav Sardesai tries to chip that through to Steflon, but Neville heads it out and then clears it in the end. This is Desmond Gama. We've not seen much from the likes of Desmond and Anil Gaukar, who've been very impressive for Vasco, but somehow not being able to make their mark today against SALGAOCAR Football Club, who've come out with real rigor in this match. They've looked like a team which is topping the table, and this is Suraj Mondal trying to dribble his way past one of the defenders, but it goes out for a throw-in. This is Warren Pereira in a battle with Anil Gaukar. Selvin Miranda. This is Selvin's flick, beautifully played by SALGAOCAR. This is Ribhav, beautiful again. This is opened up for SALGAOCAR with Valentino Nazareth on the right hand side. This is a chance, and it is the second goal from the man who's come into the team today. 1 minute into the second half, SALGAOCAR Looks like they have put this game to bed, because this is a beautiful piece of football all around by SALGAOCAR Football Club. Valentino pulls it back, and then Mark Carvalho hits the top corner, just places it into the top corner of Sanju Thapa's goal, and an immediate impact from the substitute Valentino Nazareth. Look at this move right from the start, playing a small triangles over there in the midfield region. Rubhav Sardesai, Saish Madan, Selvin Miranda. Then the ball coming to Stefan Da Costa, who plays it wide to Valentino Nazareth, who makes a brilliant cutback for Mark Carvalho to place it past Sanju Thapa into the top corner. This is classic SALGAOCAR display at the moment. Vasco Sports Club are being outplayed right now, and slowly but surely Vasco's faint title hopes are fading away at the hands of SALGAOCAR Football Club. This is where SALGAOCAR Football Club thrive. They manage a game so well. And now this is Rubhav Sardesai with the shot, comes in, and it has gone straight into the hands of Sanju Thapa, who collects it quite comfortably and will look to hook it up, and he does that, looking for Suraj Mondal. Ultimately falls to Joachim Branches, but it has been cleared off by the SALGAOCAR defenders. It does come off a Vasco player, and it has gone their way, this throw-in, with Flagan Rodriguez to take it in, and he throws it to Stefan, but Kuldeep gets the header, and it's another throw-in for the men in green. And Vasco Sports Club get the throw-in. Warren Pereira is the man who gets that throw-in off Stefan, and then takes the throw-in himself. And this is SALGAOCAR again. This is Rubhav Sardesai. What a beautifully threaded ball through, and this is Valentino Nazareth again, tries to cut it back for Stefan Ormak, and wins another corner for SALGAOCAR Football Club. Vasco Sports Club have been confined into their penalty box. This has been such an impressive display from SALGAOCAR Football Club. Valentino's ball in, and the header comes in. This is a chance again. Kuldeep somehow gets the ball off, but it's not danger averted. This is Selvin Miranda getting into the box, takes the shot in, and it's deflected out. Again for another corner. This is SALGAOCAR rampaging right now against Vasco Sports Club. They're not letting their guard down. They want more goals, as that save came in from Sanju Thapa, and then Selvin Miranda comes in into the box as this corner comes in, and it's cleared off by Vasco, and then Rubhav Sardesai very intelligently gets in the way of Francis Fernandez, wins the free kick. Very intelligent play from that young lad Rubhav Sardesai. Saurav Patil will take this free kick, sends it wide to Flagan Rodriguez. Flagan's ball in has been brought down by Saish Madan, who leaves it for Selvin Miranda. He's dribbling his way through, he's got through but cannot get past Sanju Thapa. Puts his hand out to Stefan and apologizes. Maybe he should have played that ball, but again a fantastic run from that man Selvin Miranda. And there is Suraj Mondal in chase, being dealt with easily by Valentino Nazareth, and Suraj Mondal gives the throw-in away. Or has he? Because he's won the throw-in for Vasco Sports Club. And this is Desmond Gama. Karan Shirodkar to Desmond. Tries to go past Valentino. The ball hits his hand and then he gives it away for a free kick. This is Vasco Sports Club's chance to put in a good ball into the box. This is Karan Shirodkar standing over the ball. Can he deliver some quality into the box? He does call it in and it has been confidently punched out. And this is where SALGAOCAR are so dangerous. Look at this from Stefan, but just leaves the ball behind in the end. What a run. He was racing past the likes of Francis Fernandez. This is Ribov Sardesai and it's been blocked by the defense, picked up by Suraj Mondal in the midfield region, and then plays a poor pass. And it comes off. SALGAOCAR defender hears that run, just leaving the ball behind Stefan Da Costa, and then plays it to Selvin Miranda. But what a run that was again. That is where SALGAOCAR Football Club are so dangerous, especially with the likes of Selvin, Stefan and Stephen Satarkar going forward. The third name that I just took is missing. He was coming off an injury and he played that last match against Manora, but he will get that added rest because his team don't really require him today. Maybe Levino Anthony Pereira will get him on at some time to just get some minutes into his display. Much needed match practice for Stephen Satarkar, but because it is a very big match against Sporting Club de Goa that they play next Sunday, because this is almost like a walk in the park right now for SALGAOCAR Football Club. They've gone about this match in the most professional way possible. As Sanju Thapa comes out, as he tries to leave it, it does touch his chest and goes out for another corner, quickly taken by SALGAOCAR. This is Saish Madan, cleared off by the Vasco defenders. This is Daniel Gomez, heads it, but this is straight to Suraj Mondal, who tries to go on his run, plays it back to Desmond Gama. This is Desmond. Sanville to Desmond again. This is Joachim. Sanville. This is Warren. Warren's ball in has been blocked by Mark Cavallo. If you analyze today's game and see the heat map, if we could have provided one, Mark Cavallo has been very impressive in that attacking third. He's been using that run of Stefan Da Costa very intelligently. He's been filling in those spaces, even in that goal that he scored, that cutback. If you see Stefan drawing the centre backs away, and then Mark Cavallo just filling in that space that he leaves behind Stefan Da Costa, no one marking him, and he's really taken advantage of that space created by Stefan, and he's been everywhere in that attacking third. And Suraj Mondal again fails to keep that ball in play for Vasco, as Saurav Patil heads that ball back to Jason De Mello. Jason slowing the game down. Goes long Jason, and the header comes in from Kuldeep Kumar. This is Ribhav. Selvin Miranda. Saish is ball, but straight away the hand of apology from Saish Madan as he doesn't find the preferred destination. This is Flagan Rodriguez. Plays Saish Madan. Selvin coming into that midfield region as Flagan Rodriguez goes out and Valentino Nazareth tries to dribble his way through and gives the ball away. This is Prathamesh. Saurav Patil. Saish Madan. Saish against Joachim, and Joachim retains that ball, plays it to Suraj Mondal, leaves it for Francis Fernandez with his first touch. This is Suraj with some space on the left hand side. Suraj's ball in, disappointingly straight into the hands of Jason DeMello. And you can hear the supporters of Salgaocar Football Club urging the men in green for one more goal from their favourite players. As Karan Shirodkar takes this ball forward, this is Sandwell now. Plays a beautiful ball looking for Desmond, but the organisation of the Salgaocar defence takes over and goes out for a throw-in, which has been taken by Saurav Patil, and this is Daniel Gomez who plays it long. Won by Valentino again, who cuts in, and he's still going. Stefan leaves it for Selvin Miranda, and the referee waves play on as he deems Selvin Miranda's fall as not foul, and Anil Gaukar on an impressive run. Saish Madan gives the throw in away. As Karan Shirodkar has stayed on the ground, feeling the effects of that challenge. Will get some medical attention, Karan Shirodkar. He looks like he should be fine. And he'll start proceedings again with the Vasco Sports Club throw-in. Salgaocar are the most successful club domestically in the Goa Professional League. They've won 21 Goa Professional League championships. They are ahead of the likes of Tempo Sports Club, and they are well on their way to the 22nd one, and Sanju Thapa has lost that again. The same mistake. I don't understand why he needs to do that rather than just clear it. I just fail to understand what's going on in that area for Vasco Sports Club. It's absolutely unbelievable that I'm seeing this in a professional football match from Sanju Thapa. Kuldeep Kumar with that long goal kick. This is Valentino, or is it Mark Carvalho who's been brought down there? Mark Carvalho opening his account in this year's Selwell Goa Professional League. A very impressive performance from him indeed today. The rich history of Salgaocar Football Club. They were the first team from Goa, the first Goan side to win the National Football League in India back in the 1998 and 1999. They finished in 4th position last year, SALGAOCAR Football Club, but they are well on their way to fulfilling what they've missed out on for a number of years now, as this Suraj Mondal down that right hand side, as the cross comes in, has been easily dealt with by Daniel Gomez. This is put forward for Stefan to chase, with Kuldeep Kumar comes in, and the heavy touch from Kuldeep, and then a sliding challenge which has got one of the SALGAOCAR players rooted to the ground. That is Vibhav Sardesai, who's stayed on the ground, and he's up and running. This is Selvin Miranda. Like I was saying, SALGAOCAR finished 4th in the Goa Professional League last year, but well, they've really come out strong in this year's league and are right on top of their game, with the likes of Sporting Club de Goa right now challenging them for that top spot. But if they come out trumps against the Flaming Orange next Sunday, and this is another poor touch from Sanju Thapa, again comedy of errors. This is a chance. Vibhav Sardesai, and Sanju Thapa has been spared the blushes by 2 Vasco players on that goal line for Vasco. I am at loss for words right now. Why hasn't Mickey Fernandez taken Sanju Thapa off? I just do not understand this. This is absolutely flabbergasting to watch right now. Look at this again from Sanju Thapa. Not this, but this is an offside that was given against Teflon. We'll try and go back to that situation, but this is Tesman Gama at the moment, driving in from the left hand side for Vasco. Francis Fernandez, Joachim up branches. Tesman Gama. Saish Madan to Vibhav Sardesai. Vibhav plays it out to Saish. Saish to Selvin. Plays it back first time to Saish. Vibhav, and a beautiful ball played, again beautifully worked out by SALGAOCAR. Selvin driving in from the left hand side, still going. Selvin Miranda just can't get the shot off. Valentino Nazareth with the shot in now, and it has gone out of Sanju Thapa. But strangely, the referee has given it out for a goal kick. I don't understand that, because that clearly came off Sanju Thapa's hand. We'll see this in the replay. There you see that touch, clearly diverting the ball into the boards of Selvel, but the referee saw otherwise, and I think he wants to have some mercy on Sanju Thapa at the moment, the referee. And Sanju Thapa will happily oblige in that situation, as Valentino Nazareth cannot keep that ball in on the right hand side. But I keep going back to this situation of Sanju Thapa, who is clearly injured. And look at this again, he's barely able to run, and he's still trying to dribble, and then Vibhav Sardesai's shot is cleared out by Warren Pereira on the line. I do not understand this strategy, or whatever you may call it, from Mickey Fernandez, because this is astonishing from the man. A man who's been an a legend in Indian football, Mickey Fernandez. It also sends out a bad message, and this is a chance. This is a one-on-one situation. We'll get back to that. Believe it or not, Sanju Thapa has just saved Vasco Sports Club. A 2-on-1 situation with him. Look at this again. Look at this Teflon 1-on-1. Mark Carvalho on his side, and I can't believe I'm saying this after all the criticism, but it is Sanju Thapa who saves Vasco from conceding that third goal. But it will not change my opinion, and I'll go back to what I was saying. It baffles me right now because I don't understand the message that has been sent out to those two substitute or reserve goalkeepers who are sitting on the bench, who may have the idea that maybe you are not good enough, as this Teflon comes forward with another chance as Sanju Thapa comes out and collects it. This is amateurish football right now from Vasco Sports Club. This is Desmond Kama. He puts it up. This is Saurav Patil. And gives it back to Francis Fernandez. Sanville to Warren. Warren's long ball comes in. Jason De Mello has dropped that. And that was a chance out of nowhere for SALGAOCAR Football Club. It was literally the first bit of look that Vasco have had at SALGAOCAR's goal, with Desmond Gama trying to chip it forward, but well defended in the end, cleared off. This is Joachim Branches to Neville. And this is Karan Shirodkar moving in, driving in, and then takes a long shot, more out of frustration than anything else. It goes over Jason De Mello's goal, and we're going to have a substitution as Suraj Mondal, who's hardly had any impact on the game today, comes off for Matthew Colasso. This is Teflon against Kuldeep Kumar. Teflon gets the ball down, looks for help and gets it in the form of Valentino Nazareth. Teflon's shot! Would you be surprised if I say SALGAOCAR Football Club have scored the third goal of the match, and the famous Edinson Cavani-like celebration from the star striker of SALGAOCAR Football Club as Sanju Thapa limps up to his feet. 70 minutes played. SALGAOCAR Football Club not just doing themselves a favor by staying on top of that SALGAOCAR Professional League table, they're doing a huge favor to themselves by increasing this goal difference of theirs, which can be a major boost and a deciding factor at the end of this year's Goa Professional League. This is Teflon de Costa. And the shouts from the supporters of SALGAOCAR keep coming. They are shouting one more, but who knows, there could be 2 more, 3 more at the rate SALGAOCAR Football Club are going at the moment, as Flagan Rodriguez calmly gets it under his control. This is Ribhav Sardesai. Kuldeep Kumar clears it, and Levino Anthony Pereira on the side tries to receive that, but maybe he has to train his receiving a little bit. His first touch lets him down there, and there is a player down on the ground, and the stretcher comes in, and that is, I think, Mark Carvalho who's on the ground there. Mark, who scored that brilliant goal early in that second half, just 1 minute into the second half, from Valentino Nazareth. Cut back into Sanju Thapa's top corner. Is being carried off right now by the stretcher, and the referee does signal for a substitution. And there is the substitution being made for SALGAOCAR Football Club, as
the second substitution,
Mark Carvalho goes off.
36, Mark Carvalho is replaced by just number 18, McRoy Peixoto.
And this is the first game for McRoy Peixoto in this year's league. What an opportunity for him, and what a time to come into this match when SALGAOCAR are all over the men in white. As the referee instructs for the throw-in to be taken again, as there is another substitution being made, I think. As Warren comes off, he hobbles off the ground, and Savlon Fernandez comes on in place of Warren Pereira.
Number 2, Warren Pereira is replaced by just number 5.
This is Saurav Patil, and Joachim cannot get the ball off him, and like he's been whole day, a forlorn figure up front, Joachim Branches. This has been SALGAOCAR. I haven't seen a more one-sided match. It baffles me to say this, because we all expected quite a thriller, but what has turned out after 75 minutes being played at the Dulai Stadium in this encounter between SALGAOCAR and Vasco, I dare say that I haven't seen a more one-sided encounter in this year's league, nor have I seen it in recent history in this Selval Goa Professional League or any other Goa Professional League. But it will be a hard task for the likes of Mickey Fernandez and his boys to come back from this sort of a demoralizing defeat. But I still don't understand how. I keep going back to that situation, how Sanju Thapa is still on the field. I understand you play with your heart and you give it your all on the field, but when you're not able to play at all, you cannot let your team down. And Sanju Thapa must communicate that to his coach. However, 75 minutes on the clock at the Dulai Stadium. It is SALGAOCAR Football Club 3, Vasco Sports Club 0, with the last quarter of the game to be played. As this ball comes through, this is a chance. Can they get on the end of it? That's a good save drawn out by Savlon Fernandez of Jason De Mello. That really is the first opportunity that Vasco have really created today against SALGAOCAR. But Jason De Mello securing that clean sheet so far for SALGAOCAR. They are yet to concede in this year's league. And with the 3 goals that they have scored today, they've scored a total of 14 goals, and it is a very impressive, almost perfect display from SALGAOCAR Football Club so far in this year's league. They've just drawn 1 against Tempo Sports Club. They drew 0-0 against the Golden Eagles in the Goan Derby. And again, I don't understand, even if you're injured, just put that ball out. I don't understand this football from Sanju Thapa either. He keeps holding on to that ball, inviting pressure on himself, and almost gives the ball away. I'm baffled. Look at this again. He just holds on to that ball, and Stefan almost getting it off him again. It's almost like an invitation. Please come and get the ball off. As the referee has blown his whistle for the last water break, the second water break of the match. SALGAOCAR Football Club lead Vasco Sports Club 3-0. And we'll see these second half goals today. There is that goal from Stefan, the second of his afternoon. And then the celebration. We've seen Edinson Cavani do that in Manchester United colours, and Stefan da Costa following his idol, maybe Edinson Cavani. The bow and the arrow celebration, as we call it, from Stefan da Costa. He scored 2 goals this afternoon. SALGAOCAR Football have scored 3 goals, and they are well on their way to cement their place at the top of the Selval Goa Professional League table, with only Sporting Club de Goa in their horizon. Saish Madan with that header goes straight to Desmond Gama, and that ball looking for Savlon Fernandez goes out for a throw-in. Flagan Rodriguez. This is Saish. And this is a good ball. This is Francis Fernandez. Cuts in. He will take the shot on. And another shot on target, but not one that will trouble Jason De Mello. He will collect that all day long from Francis Fernandez. And you see that shot coming in from Francis Fernandez, but easily gathered up by the likes of Jason De Mello. As here's another corner for SALGAOCAR Football Club. Selvin Miranda gives it away and wins it back. This is Saish. This is Ribhov Sardesai, who's coming back from an offside position. Ribhov with a very impressive display today too. He's pivotal in that centre half position, a central midfield position rather, for SALGAOCAR Football Club. This is a throw-in being taken by Vasco, and this is fallen to Ribhov, who puts it out wide for Selvin. Selvin Miranda. Ribhov Sardesai. Ribhov plays it, and this is a chance again. Stefan, can he get his hat-trick? And he does get his hat-trick. Stefan da Costa, the second player in SALGAOCAR colours to net a hat-trick in this year's Selval Goa Professional League, as that ball comes in from the substitute. He could have finished it earlier, but he decided to make it difficult for himself. And there's the poor touch. And then Sanju Thapa. I have been tired of saying this, but he look at that from Sanju Thapa. He refuses to put his body on the line, which is the essence of a goalkeeper. This is where you win the ball, and Stefan shouldn't be getting that hat-trick, but thanks to Sanju Thapa, he's netted his third goal, and he's being attended to by the physio again as Sanju Thapa hobbles up to his leg. I really apologize for getting back to this whole circumstance, but there is a substitution being made and Sanju Thapa is being taken off. Rizwan Fernandez is the man who's coming on, but if someone can explain to me why this wasn't done in the first 20 minutes of the game, I shall have a fair conversation with that man. And this is Stefan again. As two players, one from each team, are on the ground as Sanville and I think Stefan is the man on the ground for SALGAOCAR Football Club. I think there was a clash of legs over there between Sanville and Stefan. And this is a scoreline which will surprise many, but not me at the moment and all those present at the Dulai Stadium today, because SALGAOCAR Football Club have outclassed, outperformed and demolished a very, very, very amateur VASCO Sports Club team. There's another substitute who's being made as Prathamesh Satardekar has been taken off, who has put in a good shift in today again, and Matleish Pereira, the under 20 player.
The third and final substitution for SALGAOCAR Football Club.
I beg your pardon, that's not Matleish Pereira.
Prathamesh Satardekar is replaced by just number 35, Muran Cruz.
Muran Cruz, the under 20 player, is the man who's come on. Muran Cruz just coming on in place of Prathamesh Satardekar. It's the first match for the likes of Muran as well. You've already seen the substitutes having an effect on the SALGAOCAR performance. Valentino Nazareth has racked up one assist, with another debutant, Mark Carvalho, scoring that opening goal of that assist from Valentino Nazareth. Then Macra Pixote giving in that assist to Stefan de Costa for that last SALGAOCAR goal. And is it the chance of Muran now? The vuvuzelas keep blowing as SALGAOCAR will look to emulate their performance against Churchill Brothers, where they scored 5 goals, and they've scored a massive 4 goals today. Levino will be a happy man today. Levino Anthony Pereira, he'll have a good night's sleep. They promised attacking football, and they've delivered attacking football today against VASCO Sports Club. This is Rupaf Saldesai. McRoy, and this is Selvin Miranda on the right hand side. Can Stefan get a 4th goal as Rizwan comes forward? This is Stefan, and then Selvin just shifting wins. This is on the right hand side, Valentino Nazareth, who shifted into that withdrawn striker role as Selvin has come towards the right hand side, using that space that Valentino has left, and Valentino's shot just goes out, and there is that kick from Rizwan Fernandez. For one last time I will say this: why wasn't Sanju Thapa taken off before? And I promise I will never get back to that topic again, at least for today, as we see another SALGAOCAR player. I think Flagan Rodriguez is the man who's on the ground. As that ball came in, Flagan just getting caught there after clearing the ball. Looks in considerable amount of pain. As Matthew Colasso over there, who committed that foul, went in dangerously against Flagan Rodriguez. Vasco Sports Club, on the contrary, and they have had a good campaign. Let's forget today's game, but they've promised a lot of things in this year's SALGAOCAR Professional League. They've really fought their hearts out before this match. They were genuine title contenders, and if they could have won this match, they would have been back on the top, but they've put up a disastrous performance today. But their performance have really preceded what club president Nitin Bandekar had aimed at before the tournament. They were looking to win this year's SALGAOCAR Professional League, which looks highly unlikely after this performance today, but they will take a lot of positives from this year's league. They were looking genuine title contenders, but they have to be more consistent if they want to be right up there with the likes of SALGAOCAR, Sporting Club de Goa, Dempo, FC Goa and Churchill Brothers, who've not been up to the mark either in this year's league. But getting back to Vasco Sports Club, President Nitin Bandekar has appointed Ravneesh Narvekar as their club director and has made some very influential signings in with the likes of Joachim Branches, Francis Fernandez, all coming into the team, along with Sanville De Costa, Anil Gaonkar and Sanju Thapa, the goalkeeper. They've also signed the likes of Daniel Ribello, Karan Shirodkar from SALGAOCAR itself. Daniel not playing against SALGAOCAR today, but Karan Shirodkar in that left back position has been signed from SALGAOCAR, playing against his former colleagues. They've also signed Kuldeep Kumar from Southern Samiti in Calcutta, and Desmond Gama from FC Goa. So that's a very talented team which has been assembled, and if they can hold on to this team, I'm sure they will be genuine title contenders even next season, because this is the first year that these players have come together, and it does take time for a team to kind of gel together, but they did gel well together. But the consistency is what has been missing from this team. However, let's take nothing away from this absolutely marauding SALGAOCAR Football Club team, because they have absolutely demolished a Vasco team which promised a lot, but have not come out trumps against one of the biggest names in Goan football. Levino Anthony Pereira has put out his men out there for an absolute stellar performance so far in the league, just dropping 2 points to Dempo Sports Club. They have been sensational as that shot comes in from Joachim Abranches. Jason De Mello palms it out for a corner kick. Joachim to take this corner. Ball comes in and desperate attempts from Vasco to get a consolation goal where it could affect the scoreline, because SALGAOCAR Football Club have come on the counter attack. Selvin Miranda's cross. This is Teflon. This is McRoy. River side by side with the shot in. Falls to Valentino Nazareth with the shot in now. And finally Savlon Fernandez plays Sanville De Costa. Beautifully played to Joachim Abranches, who's lost the ball again and somehow gets it down to Anil Gaukar. This is Anil, swings the ball in, looking for Desmond Gama, but Selvin Miranda very impressive again, but Desmond strips the ball off him. This is Francis Fernandez. Francis's ball in. Daniel Gomez's header preserving that clean sheet for SALGAOCAR. This is Teflon De Costa, so hard working, not just his goals that matter. He scored a hat-trick for sure today, but it is the hard work of Teflon De Costa which makes him so valuable to this team. He runs up and down when needed. He helps his defenders, the midfielders. He's on the right hand side, the left. He's everywhere on the field, Teflon De Costa. He's getting closer and closer to his teammate as well, Stephen Satarkar, on the goal scoring charts. The hat-trick today definitely puts him at par, I think, with Stephen Satarkar. This is Savlon Fernandez, plays it inside to Matthew Colasso. This is Savlon again, Sanville. Sanville spreads it wide, Desmond Gama. Desmond's ball in again, headed out easily by Daniel Gomez. This is Saish Madan, driving his way forward. 20 seconds left before the final whistle. Ball is cleared off by Vasco, falls to Savlon Fernandez, and he cannot keep it in, and this will be a throw-in for SALGAOCAR Football Club. And the referee just has a look at his watch, gets the signal from the fourth official, and blows the final whistle at the Bilal Stadium. Subdued celebrations from SALGAOCAR Football Club. They may have demolished Vasco Sports Club 4-0 today, but they have a big encounter in store next Sunday against Sporting Club de Goa. There you see Karan Shirodkar just sharing a smile with his former teammates, former colleagues. His team has been demolished today by SALGAOCAR Football Club, his former colleagues, but boy, what a performance it has been from SALGAOCAR Football Club. But like I was saying, subdued celebrations because Lavino Anthony Pereira and his men, they definitely know that this league is far from over. They can take nothing for granted. Next Sunday is a big match against Sporting Club de Goa, who are fellow toppers. SALGAOCAR topping the table before this encounter just on goal difference, and they have increased that goal difference today against Vasco Sports Club, because the scoreline at full time here from the Dule Stadium, it is SALGAOCAR Football Club 4, Vasco Sports Club 0. And go nowhere, because we'll be back tomorrow with another big match. FC Goa versus Youth Club of Manora, match number 42 in the Selval Goa Professional League. That again promises to be quite an encounter, FC Goa versus Youth Club of Manora. But in the meantime, we'll head over to the highlights of the match.
নিউজে আপনাদের স্বাগত। স্কয়ার সার্কেল নিউজে এখন শুরু করছি খবর। প্রথমেই চোখ রাখবো হেডলাইন্সে। হুইল চেয়ারে কর্মসূচি শুরু মমতার। মেয়র রোডের সভায় তৃণমূল নেত্রী আজই যাচ্ছেন দুর্গাপুরে।